Oh, I forgot to mention, Brandon, I'm making it classy today because I am in a suit jacket. Thank you very much.
You're in a suit jacket?
Well, I'm in the corner here, letting you zoom in on some Tetras. I am here with Mr. Brandon Stillfrosty Valley. I am Mr. Brad Chester, and I am a technological masterpiece of sound, video, and time. And
You're
I am
practically a wizard.
I mean, I am a wizard. I mean, if I was going to be a caster, I would definitely be a sorcerer, though, because you know that I'm not studying to get my, my knowledge. I'm getting it just pure power from personality. So shit's on. So I'm in the corner, and I'm trying to make it so that we can see what Brandon's doing a lot easier today, because I may or may not have put Baby in the corner on multiple episodes, and I'm going to try to make it so that we can actually see what the hell he's doing. And when I get bored with what he's doing, I've got a window capture up that will just cover him up. Bam, just like that.
Perfect.
And I'll do whatever the hell I want from there. So that's what we're looking at today. So we're trying a little bit different look in this look and in the look of the stream itself. And we're going to actually try to give you a little bit of credit and show everyone what you're actually working on, as opposed to me occasionally saying something about it in the last 5 minutes every time.
I appreciate that, Brad. Thank you very much for, not like dysmorphing my camera, making me have a gigantic head.
I mean, I still have time. I could go with my standard view of making you look weird as shit. So, what the hell are you doing today and why?
All right. So, for those who don't know, I have an entire Tau army that is Kroot themed. So, Kroot ate the Tau because they were tired of being captives and thrown to the slaves. So they uh, gained the knowledge on how to use piranhas and crisis suits and broadsides and all sorts of stuff. So I'm taking these Tetras and some piranhas, which I just took off screen, and we're going to Krootify these. So we're going to add some armor plates. We'll add some battle damage. We'll change all the pilots to be Kroot riders. We'll add some Kroot adornment on them and just make a match the rest of my army. My goal is to get these 4 piranhas done first, or not piranhas, sorry, Tetras done first, because I plan on using them this Saturday when I come up north.
At the what is it again called? We were have the Condo RTT. Are you going to Nova?
I am not going to Nova.
That makes me sad. I'm a little sad.
I thought about it. I thought about it very long and hard, but I also need to take Eloise on vacations, and she doesn't appreciate like when we just do 40K stuff all the time.
I am going to Nova. Brit just showed up like a bat out of hell.
Well, I mean, you don't tell me any of this, so I'm like, I heard the question. I figured I'd ask.
Sorry. There's nothing like a naked wife pouncing out of the bathroom to ask me a question.
And is Brit going to Nova? That's the real question.
Also, pouncing might be the key word there, by the way. She is a pouncer.
I'm gonna take a shower. Shit to do.
Uh-oh. The Playmaker says he's got an RT in 3 weeks. He's got the best list in the world for it. Do tell, my friend. Do tell.
So he was supposed to go to a GT last weekend, but he was unable to go. So that made me really sad. I was hoping he would do pretty well and just win the entire thing.
But what is this magical RT or magical list?
Well, if I believe it's a nice chaos list, but who knows? He might have changed his mind. He might be playing, like White Scars. He just wants to use Kasorokon for some reason.
I got a super secret. I got a list from Carmona, but he asked me not to show until I played it. And I'm going to either use it at Frog, basically whatever the first thing after Nova is, I'm going to play some chaos.
Okay. And what do you think that event will be? Do you think it'll be Frogtown? Do you have another event in between Nova and Frogtown?
I don't know, because I don't know where anything is, so it's tougher for me. I feel like we covered this the last time we were on stream. Was it Thursday? When I realized that Nova was in a week or two or whatever it was. And you were like, yeah, man, it's like right now. And I was like, oh, well, cool.
Yeah, so it's the small details that matter, like knowing when your events are so you can actually go.
He's also got a spicy GTCSM list for the memes. 30 Hellblasters and drop. You know what? I will stab you for that one. 30 Hellblaster drop odds, 2 Redemptors, and 2 Storm Ravens.
That seems kind of bad.
Can the Redemptor get picked up by the Storm Raven?
Yes, now they can because they have the Dreadnought keyword.
Nice.
I feel like Redemptor is about 25 points too expensive.
It's like 50 points too expensive.
You think?
The problem is that, you know, in a world where everybody's got big old guns for knights and tanks and shit, that thing just gets deuced out like instantaneously. It's just, it can't get around terrain very well. The GW terrain does make a big difference on that because you have places to walk through. I'll give you that. Redemptors feel a billion times better if you're playing on one of the GW sets where you can walk over that 2-inch terrain between the gaps and stuff like that. So I would say that I like it a lot more there. And the thing is they still punch at like strength 75. So that's a big deal.
14. I mean, it's pretty close to 75.
Yeah.
5 attacks, so they have slightly more attacks than they did last edition.
I thought they still had 5 attacks with shock assault.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah, it was a first round of combat, of course, but you know what I mean. Eat it, Carmona coming in. You know what? I gave you props like 5 minutes ago. Then Carmona comes in talking shit afterwards.
I mean, I guess you should announce this list so everybody knows exactly what it is.
I've even kept it under wraps. I'm a magical mystical little elf. I mean, I'm definitely more of a dwarf than an elf, but I do like the elves quite a bit.
I mean, if Redemptors were 175, I would take them in every single Space Marine list.
Yeah, the thing for me is that when you're looking at pretty much all dreadnoughts right now, you have to ask yourself, would I be just better off taking a knight? And the answer is always yes. The knight's point efficiency is a zillion times better than pretty much every dreadnought. Give me a dreadnought that's even on par with a knight.
There are none. They priced them too high this edition.
It's just bonkers, Tom. The dreadnoughts are so wackily overpriced compared to the knights. Now, is that because the knights are super underpriced or the dreadnoughts are super overpriced? Or maybe a little bit of both. But
Well, can you bring up the stats of both and let's do a comparison? Let's actually take a look.
I will. You know what? Should I do it on Scribe of the Battle? Battle Scribe is now 10th edition. That's right.
I know. You should. I mean, just in time because GW is saying their app will no longer be free come, what, Friday? Friday or Saturday?
That makes me sad. All right, who's
Well, you should be fine. You pay for Warhammer Plus.
That's true. I should
people
be.
who don't play Warhammer Plus, like myself, because I still don't get why they don't have enough content still.
Man, you're not wrong.
If they had more content, it'd be worth it. But as of today, they do not have enough content for me to justify Warhammer Plus.
I actually have a cool vid from that. I like Hammer and Bolter quite a bit, by the way. I like the idea of bouncing around. Let's go into this. So let's begin now. Beep. I gotta make sure that I still have the right stream up here. Okay. And yes, I'm already clicking all the buttons to make it so that I don't get error messages because they drive me crazy. Let's go with Redemptor Dreadnought. Or any. Do we want to do the Redemptor?
I mean, I think... So the Redemptor, we should compare to the guy with the melta gun, I guess. And then
the guy with the melt, you just want a straight up Warglaive?
Yeah. Because it's one shooting gun and then it's one close combat weapon.
So Redemptor Dreadnought, let's go now. He is strength 1 billion, like I said. A billion. He's T10, moves 8. He's got a 2-up save, which is a big deal. He's got 12 wounds, 4 OC. He's comes with just 1 billion guns. So,
are you actually showing 8 now, Brad?
I am not. I'm just talking about it.
Okay. I was expecting you to.
He does. I mean, what are you taking him with? Are you taking him with macroplasma?
I think you take
yeah.
the Gatling gun. Yeah,
You take the heavy onslaught Gatling gun? All right.
I believe so. And you take the underslung one.
Yeah. So he's got 12 strength 6, no AP shots, devastating wounds, and then he's got 8 strength 5 shots, devastating wounds, and these are 24 inches for both of them. Probably gonna have the Storm Bolter at that point in time, 2 of them.
Yep.
And then you're going to put the Icarus rocket pod on it because it's free. I don't know why that's not just an auto option, but whatever.
It is anti-fly too, isn't it?
It's anti-fly. Well, yeah, it's anti-fly, and it he has the big old punchy punch weapon. So, the Redemptor Fist. It is strength 12, not strength 14 though. AP2 3
They
damage.
nerfed it.
So he's still wounding a big knight on a Quattro. It's 5 attacks. So for 85 points less, I don't know why you gave me the Warglaive. He's a little bit different he's not the shooty, but that guy is moving 12. He's got a strength 10, 4 attacks with a strength 10, AP3, 3 damage weapon, or he's also got a sweep attack, which makes it infinitely better right there. And then he's got a thermal spear that he comes with, which is 2 shots, strength 12, AP4, D6, or if you're within 12, D6 plus 4, because it's melt of 4. It is toughness 10, 12 wounds, OC 8, and he's also got a melt-a-gun with him.
It does seem slightly better for slightly more points.
He also just straight up has an invuln save, which is kind of a big deal too. You know what the Redemptor does when he gets hit by a big AP weapon? He takes it to the face.
He reduces the damage by 1.
Yeah, that's probably gonna save you.
I mean, the reduction in damage and having the 2+ save is nice against like light arms fire, but when you're getting slapped with a wraith cannon, yeah, you're gonna have a bad time.
He's also 8 inches move versus 12-inch move. And again, 80 points. Also, when he shoots at that dreadnought, absolutely nothing happens. I guess we could put the plasma on him. But like, does that even help? The macro,
you have the Oath the moment, so you do get full rerolls.
Yeah, you put it on that little knight though. I guess. I mean,
it depends.
I don't even like the macro plasma. It's D6 plus 1 shots, strength 8 or strength 9, AP3 or AP4. It's going to be damage 2 or damage 3.
It's always going to be damage 3. There's never a world where you make it damage 2.
True. He's still getting his invuln save against that, and you're just not getting a save against his meltdown. So, like, you just lose the war all the time.
And that's why I think you force the mortal wounds with the full rerolls.
I agree on that, because otherwise he's just going to laugh at you. You know what I mean? You're going to save a third, and you're probably going to get killed in return. Or I like it, Playmaker. He just doesn't get shot. But yeah, I was saying, KR's got the same thing. He goes the same stat line as a Telemon, which is 235 points, and as a 4++ Katos. Yeah. And Carmona, drinking a red blend, not a cop-out for the uninitiated. It's a little bit of a meh, but it gets you in the right direction. At least you're not drinking a white. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to bring you a bottle of white wine this weekend, Brad.
No, please don't. I like that. This is a good story. So we're at ATC, and Brandon got tipsy, then went drinking or just shopping for drinks, and then brings back. I come back later. I don't even know where the hell we went, but when we come back, and Brandon goes, "I bought you wine, but I drank it." And now I've got this bottle of white because I knew you wouldn't drink it. So what I'm saying is there's no wine for you. And I'm like, I don't know what to say to this. It felt like you were saying you did me a favor, and then you taunted me for 5 minutes.
What country was this? I don't remember this. Was this Amsterdam?
This is ATC.
Oh, ATC.
Yeah.
No, we had red wine. You know, I have so much alcohol left over.
No, I'm not saying there wasn't any more to drink. I'm saying that is the conversation you had with me. You were sitting at the table. I bought you wine, but I drank it. Now I've got white wine. Basically, screw you. I was like, what is happening right now?
I have so much alcohol left over from ATC. So it turns out no one wanted to drive any of the alcohol back. So I have like 3 bottles of tequila, a bottle of vodka, like 3 bottles of red wine. They're just all just sitting upstairs.
Good times.
So maybe one day I'll finish them.
Maybe one day. I was working on Restream this morning, and weirdly enough, didn't get things to go. Also, I was trying to do it with Sean, who was supposed to show up, and showed up 35 minutes late, though. So that's on him. He will be on time for our video right after this one at 2 p.m. for Orcs Part 2. And you're like, hey, Brad, why do I need a Part 2? Oh, yeah, because yesterday my internet, because I live in the back of a peninsula, and apparently they've got 1930 wiring coming back here, which they're constantly trying to fuck with, let no internet for a while.
That's actually really impressive, by the way.
The frequency of my...
The frequency, it's weekly at this point.
Yeah, well, it's not even just... But they do alternate. Sometimes I lose internet connection, sometimes I just don't have power. So they flip a coin, basically. And the best part about yesterday is I only didn't have internet for 5 minutes. It's a pretty cool thing, though, when you're streaming and you're just like, hey, you just don't have any internet. It'll be on soon, but what about your stream? Go fuck yourself.
But how did the first one go?
Say again?
How did the first one go?
Well, that's why we're having a part 2, because we didn't finish it.
Yeah, but how, like, if you only lost internet for a couple minutes, like...
Yeah, but I canceled it by that. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm like, hey, I'll continue the stream at an undisclosed amount of time. I didn't know. You know what I mean?
But he's been coming over, and we've been doing battle reports at my house every single Thursday. And it's been pretty fun because I get to try out lists that I've never even considered playing before. We get to test your guys' theory about dealing with it, and he gets to test his list when he talks about on his channel, the Dice with Rice.
Oh, I'll be testing. I'll be testing my fist to that face this weekend when I bring my orcs.
Let's do this. Should I just bring like 3 Thunderfire cannons just for you?
It don't matter. I can't be stopped. Once I call the WOG. Yeah, Carmona, it's the back. Britt's super excited about where we live, by the way.
I fucking hate it here.
She did also choose this house, by the
Now,
way.
first of all, I chose this to come look at. You walked upstairs and you said, done, we're buying it. It's got a 3rd floor.
She's not wrong. But I was looking for more land, and now she hates all our neighbors. She's, you know who should be an honorary dwarf is definitely my wife, because she has a book of grudges and she doesn't let those go.
No, they're all trapped right
She will hate you for the end times.
Bro, I have so many people on my list.
You know what you should do? You should model Brittany on an anvil of doom. They're pounding on the anvil, getting ready, people ready.
Do they even make a bottle like that anymore?
I don't know. I have one somewhere because I play dwarves.
You mean you are?
What's my NCS? I don't even know what that means.
You used to work for AT&T. I feel like you should know that.
I put that all out of my mind. They did me dirty. Now they're dead to me.
Now we're talking about who has a grudge too.
I let it go, man. I still have their internet. See, that's how I roll.
Maybe you should try a different internet provider.
That's the problem here is we have 2 things, and the local one is just god awful.
Is it Spectrum?
No, it's literally a local company. Yes, the playmaker says he's about the right height for a dwarf. Yes, you were definitely dwarf quality. You were a hill giant.
He's Sasquatch.
Send him over to me on Messenger for the Thursday show, Zoobs. So again, everybody, on Thursday tomorrow, since I have no concept of time, I will be putting up pictures. Every Thursday I'm gonna start putting up pictures of what people are working on that people send to me. So I'm gonna put up different pictures of different hobby projects and everything else that people have. So if you've got some cool models and you want to have them shown, I will show them.
That's pretty cool.
Brad knows how to upload pictures first.
Are you going to show some of your own cool models, Brad?
I don't have any cool models. Well, I mean, I can't. That's not wrong. I've been given cool models. I've got some unicorns. I've got Pinky the Dreadnought. I've
Is
got
Pinky here?
Pinky is here. He was over here, but then I don't know where he is. Whenever you cleaned my desk, he put him somewhere.
I mean, probably over there in that fucking hush. Nice. Yeah.
But I've got a couple cool conversions. I got Supercrack Johnny 5.
You should bring Pinky the Dreadnought this weekend.
It's our got it. It's our new sub show called Brad Guesses the Colors of Models.
You know, Eloise and I bought a board game just for you.
Let's find him
Do you want me to bring it this weekend? We could play it.
I swear to God, if you bring some more board games that just troll my ability to not see things.
It's funnier that way.
Right after Nova, Carmona. I will be putting down Chaos after Nova. I like the idea of just full rerolls always makes me happy.
I mean, that seems pretty good.
Rolling a bucket of dice is always a cool thing, and rolling a bucket of dice that you reroll makes me even happier. I love this. Zooms goes, I'm starting a Space Wolf commission today. I'm doing a custom Votan Space Wolf Lord Bransian Canis on a tactical rock for legal lines of sight. Because, you know, I got to be propped up a little bit so I can see what the hell's going on around here. Brandon, I've made you full screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm barely in the corner here. Tell me what the hell's happening.
I told you I'm making these all into Kroot. These are going to be Kroot Tetras.
Wait, the Tetras are crude also?
Yes. I cut the pilots out, and now I'm getting the parts to put Kroot in there.
Crude party. If this was old, I like to tell everybody this is how old of a man I am. Back in the days of yore in 40K tournaments, you were required to bring a little piece of fluff basically about your army, like what it was. So you could have brought your Kroot story to all the tournaments. It was even in RTTs and stuff. You had to have your little...
Yeah, there was points assigned.
Mm-hmm. So,
and they had comp scores back then.
Comp scores, you had comp score, you had a comp and sportsmanship score. It was on the same sheet of paper, if you recall. And you also, well, not always, because they had set comp for a while, which was actually really nice. To tell you the truth, I didn't hate that comp. When they gave you the comp and what they were going to judge, because the comp wasn't I feel that your list is this, which was the dumb days of comp. But remember when they did this is how many points you're getting for comp based on, you know, how many full troop units you had and how many of this and troops versus elites and whatnot. So you kind of knew what your comp score was going to be. And then I think they had some flexibility after that. But 90% of your comp score was, you knew it before the tournament itself. I did not mind that comp. I actually liked it quite a bit because it gave you restrictions to work under, which I kind of liked. You know what I mean?
So I was actually thinking about this, and this is just how much of new territory we're in. So every single year at Adepticon, they have the team tournament, and they have a fixed force organization chart where it's like everybody's expected to bring 1 to 2 HQ choices, 1 to 3 troop choices, 0-1 fast, heavy, and elite. And then they had modified force organization charts based on if you wanted some more heavy choices or some more fast attack choices. That doesn't exist anymore. How do you think they're going to actually do their team tournament list building?
That's a different thing on that. That's one of the main things I like about teams. I mean, I've said it before a billion times. Obviously, I like teams. But that's one of the things is because you get to see different lists.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that quite a bit. You know what I mean? You don't just see cookie cutter because you can lean into things. And with them doing different type of comp, I don't mind that kind of stuff. I don't want it for every tournament, to be honest with you, but I do like having to figure out different things. I don't like super random at the event kind of thing. You know what I mean? But I do like, if you're going to do something different, let everybody know that you're doing something different, and then we'll work in those constraints, in those parameters. You know what I mean? So I like solving the problem for that. I don't like having problems like randomly in the middle of stuff where you're like, hey, we changed all the rules.
But even I'm just really curious as to how they're going to do list building, because the reason why they did that is so you don't spam hyper efficient units, and you actually like play the game with trash, realistically, because they want you to have a fluffy army. But you physically can't do that now. They're like you're gonna make everyone take, what, 6 battle line units? I don't know how they can effectively.
Oh, some people's battle line units are so bad now too. I mean, just bad.
Yeah.
Oof. Like we're at a time. It's funny because like, I say that, but I do have battle line units in my army right now because I'm gonna play orcs, so I have beast snagger boys.
Yeah, orcs have decent battle line units, so.
I mean, yeah, they have 2. So
I still think that's weird that there's certain battle line units that are. You would think they'd be battle line, but they're not. And then there's others that are, but they shouldn't be.
Mike goes in, he goes, old people being old, I don't even know what language you guys are speaking. I used models that were older than you at ATC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's Hootie. Here's the thing. He goes, important question. If I play you and beat you at Nova, would you wear a Michigan hat to your next
Ew,
event?
no, never in your life.
Exactly.
What's wrong with you? You need to ban him off this shit real quick.
And I guess that's your answer right there. I don't want to be murdered by my wife.
Dude, who is that?
A guy who lives in Michigan.
I was saying, a guy from Michigan.
Bro, gotta go.
You don't want your life to be threatened, dude.
Bro.
I have been to that. It's funny because for a while I had been to the big house as many times as I've been to the shoe, just because I used to split games with friends of mine that were Michigan fans. Good stadium. Really good. Loud as shit too, by the way. Ooh. I mean, obviously it's got over 100,000 capacity, so it's going to be loud, but Jesus, the acoustics for that thing feel like it's a dome sometimes. Holy shit, that thing's loud.
I think you should take the bet, Brad.
No, thank you. As I'm wearing my Ohio State hat with my jacket. The best part about this ensemble that I have on right now is I've got my black shirt, my black sports jacket, and I'm wearing a pair of powerhouse sweatpants underneath this. In the age of streaming.
So what is the purpose of the suit coat? Because are you cold? Like, is it like, I know you get into the age where you might have hypothermia of temperatures.
I don't even know. I went to the closet and I was getting a shirt and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it classy today. And I took out one of my I have like 4 exactly the same black sports jackets. So, and I took them out and I was like, you know what? I'm making it classy. We're going to class this stream up a little bit.
But I'm curious, do you own like any ties or button down shirts?
Like a shit ton of them. That's all I used to.
That's all you used to wear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I also just, when I go out, that's basically what I wear. I wear bum clothes with you guys.
Or you dress up like a clown, like a literal clown.
I mean, yeah. Exactly. I'm trying to go homeless chic. Sweatpants and a suit coat. Exactly. The jacket did call for me. I heard it. I heard it from the closet. It was like, Brad, let's do this. Now,
Michael's so tall, I don't know if he physically can fit in a suit jacket.
You just get it tailored up, bro. Zoobs has a great time for a tournament. DOG football RTT. One day, 3-round RTT, and then the other day we go to a football game and tailgate. It is fantastic. That I want to do that. I love tailgating so much. I have told you, remember I told you, I still haven't been inside to see Touchdown Jesus.
I mean, you could just go there and see it.
Yeah. Well, I had great 50-yard line tickets and box office. And then we had a booth, the thing. Not from me, of course, from Mr. Naden's in-laws are all Notre Dame graduates and doing all right. Britt stopped me from Touchdown Jesus. It made me sad.
You know what the best part is? I lived right there.
And you still didn't see Touchdown Jesus?
No, I did see it. I mean, I didn't see it during a game, but I saw it. You can just go in.
No, you need to have the experience, man. I tailgated there all day. We started 11 a.m. The game was at 8, and we almost made it. And then at some point in time, I was putting Sigbrit in an Uber and going, no. So I was driving away at 7:58, going, no. Why?
Yeah, okay, so let's just think about this idea for a second. Which team we're going to tailgate for? The Browns? The Lions? These are terrible teams. Like,
Well, you go to college. You know what?
yeah,
We
but the
do it-
RTT's on Saturday.
Well, we do it the other way around. We tailgate college football, which is better tailgating, and then you play the RTT on Sunday. Or better yet, we tailgate 2 days in a row, one college game, one pro game, and instead of this, we play 40K at the in the parking lot in the game while we tailgate. Now that's what I want to do.
You want to play 40K in a college football game parking lot. Okay.
We do it in the pros. They're going to be mean to you anyway. Pro football is full of dicks. So I can't say that. I've had great times in football games. But college football tailgating is better.
You know, if we had all the money in the world. So I've never taken you to downtown Knoxville, but you may have passed it when you were being driven down here. There's a giant gold dome in Knoxville where you can rent out the entire thing and look over the Tennessee Volunteers stadium. Like, we should do that. It's an indoor facility. They have catering. You can rent it out for the season or for a game, and they can provide you gaming tables.
That sounds amazing. You know what doesn't sound amazing?
The cost.
No, well, yeah, the cost. But Zoob's made me have flashbacks. He goes, let's go Bills. I'm a huge Raider fan. I try to go to different stadiums all the time, or at least I used to. Travel around a lot. I went to Bills Stadium, and Bills Stadium has me scarred for life because when you go into the men's restroom, they have a giant trough where you just basically pee at another man. Their urinal's just a huge bucket, like 20 feet long. And I think if you just aimed your stream right, you could just pee on a dude because you're just facing another guy. It was real weird.
It's efficient. Damn it.
And like so much Raider hate immediately.
I'm trying to think about this. I don't think I've ever been to a professional football game, and I don't think I've ever been to a college football game.
What is wrong with you?
I don't care.
I even gave you an out. You could play 40K in the parking lot of the college while we tailgate.
Perfect. I'll do that.
And then you could cheer for professional handball, which is what the Europeans call football.
I mean, it makes sense.
It is. We use very little feet and lots of hands.
Or hear me out. How we don't tailgate outside in the stadium in the cold and just go drinking somewhere.
Yeah, well, you go drinking in the nice. I mean, fall is a nice time. I mean, the time when I didn't get to see Touchdown Jesus, it wasn't nice. Britt and I were there when it was the coldest game ever recorded in Notre Dame history.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely terrible.
Well, we had some
Go ahead,
drinks.
blame me. Go ahead. You do it every time. Go ahead. It's my fault. Yeah, it's totally my fault. I was the only one fucking drinking that day.
But no, it's a good experience, man. I do like college tailgating. It's a good time. Uh-oh, Carbona's like, I'm out. Too much things. Well, we did talk about, having a good time. Here's the thing about this is I still would like to get, and I talked to Horton about this quite a bit. I still want to get a higher level event, as when I say a higher end event, where we have everybody come together, because I hate the fact that in tournaments right now, everybody kind of scatters. Tournaments we got into sizes where everybody's not getting to the same places. And I'd like to get a tournament where you've got almost like an all-inclusive type thing where everybody goes to the same place. We eat, Dinner's provided. It's a good place. You've got drinks, maybe an open bar on the day you get in there. And getting people, it'd be a smaller type tournament. Maybe think a lot of it with the Cruise Hammer. Because they had, 36 people, I think, this year. But, you have everybody in the same place, eating decent, good food. And one of the biggest things is that on, like, Saturday, for instance, most of the time, we're all scrambling to get somewhere. You're tired, and it just seems like a pain in the ass.
I mean, it would be nice if, like, we could coordinate and actually come up with a plan. But we always seem to do it last minute. Everything's last minute. No one wants to take the initiative, and then we turn out that we're, all eating at McDonald's on a Saturday night.
She does. She leads that life. But no, it's one of those things where I'd like to get us together. I mean, the whole point is getting together with everybody when you go out. You know what I mean? And that one day is brutal. You know what I mean? You've been practiced. You got up early. We probably had a delay. So BCP crashed twice.
I mean, I would love for it to be more of an experience.
100%.
Like when we went to Europe, it was an experience. Like if you go to Cruise Hammer, it's an experience. If I just go to an RTT, it's not really an experience. It's just, I don't know. If we're going to spend, untold amounts of money to play 40K, let's make it fun. Let's make it an experience. Because ultimately, the game is about hanging out. It's not really the most balanced or fun game, and it never has been. I want to hang out and enjoy everyone's company.
100%. I believe that like 1,000,000,000%. That's why I want it. Show me some of this thing you're going. We're gonna make a hard left, maybe even a right, maybe a juke, double step. Everything you have is in the box to the left. All right. Yeah, the rules get changed 5 times in the morning of. Yeah, that's never happened.
Never, ever.
Tell me where we're at with this hobby project, because currently right now people can't see shit because they see you pulling stuff off camera. You're doing some, I feel like you've got models that are already finished and you're just going to pull them back out and be like, oh, this is what happens.
Haha, they're done. No, what I'm trying to do is there's only so much space in these Tetras. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get the Kroot pilot to physically fit in this space. Because they're about, I don't know, 50% larger than a Fire Warrior. So it's a little bit of shaving, a little bit of trimming. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to cut down the portion inside here. And I'm trying to trim down their torsos and make the arms fit. So I'm just figuring it out. This is my discovery process.
Your discovery process?
How do I actually do this without,
breaking the model?
Doing it while making it look good. And like I very well may have to just cut this part off.
Well, why don't you just snap the roof off and then just put it back on? I mean, that seems like way easier. Just literally break that piece off, put the Kroot in, and then put the top piece back on.
Oh, the problem isn't that. The problem is...
Yeah, but then you can just mold it to be a bigger angle. You know what I mean? It'll be a bigger circle.
Yeah. I might just cut it off, period, and not even put it on. Because right now, they're too damn big. I mean, what is the defining trait of a Tetra? Is it this stupid thing up here? Like, doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, but like you could take that off in the first place, and then people could see your Kroot driving. That seems like way better, man. Rip this thing off. You're upsetting me now. I could have more.
Upsetting you?
I could have more Kroot mojo and less ceiling mojo. You're hiding the Kroot. Don't hide the Kroot.
Done. It's been ripped off.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Break that bitch off. Make it happen, Cap'n. Top down lowrider style. Hell yeah. Lowrider.
I mean, it does make it infinitely easier now.
Exactly. More Kroot per retreat. So we pop the top off. This thing's a convertible now.
It is a convertible now. All right.
And it's 2 Kroot rolling dirty.
Yeah. And they have pulse rifles, so we just take a regular Kroot guy, just ram him on here. Might have to put some green stuff on there.
Again, can't see. Pull yourself in so we can take a look at what the hell you're doing.
I'm waiting for glue to dry. That's what I'm doing.
It's overrated. Just zip kick that, man.
I think Eloise used the last of it.
Uh-oh. Modeling for advantage.
It's actually a disadvantage because Kroot are taller than the fucking thing.
Exactly. You know, if you're not doing this, you're doing it wrong. Zoobs comes in with put your Kroot shaper in a leather jacket. Shaper cage. I'm sending these models in. I'm protesting them right now. I don't even care. You know what? I'm protesting to the TO of the Kondo RTT.
Do it.
Can we get some lights on the bottom of this? Can we get some neon lights underneath this thing now?
I mean, we could.
With your towering Tetras.
Better line of sight. Yeah. You realize these things don't shoot at all, right, Mike?
Well, they kind of shoot.
They do shit. They do absolutely fucking nothing.
Bro, you got to believe in those Kroot pilots. That's your problem. Believe in the Kroot pilots. Believe.
I can believe in them.
100%, yo. It's important to believe in the Kroot. I hope you have the cat. I hope you kept the towel heads for a hood ornament.
God, shut up. They're so
Oh, that's so good on that.
Yeah, see, he fits. There you go. I just have to clean it up a little bit.
Let's see. Quit doing this thing off board, bro. You keep trying to sneak away in secrecy.
Can you actually see it? It should be on camera right now.
Yeah, it's on camera. I'm saying, but you keep pulling him off. You're like, hey, I'm going to do this. Then you pull the Tetra off the screen.
It's just how I normally work on models. I work on close, and I just need to get more used to like having my arms fully extended.
Well, scoot yourself closer to the table, yo.
Yes. It's the camera that I need to adjust. That's the real issue.
Nope, just you. Why adjust
me?
why adjust the camera when you can adjust yourself?
Just literally lay on the table.
Check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself, son. These are good things. Have you guys seen the Pariah Nexus animation trailer? Looks pretty cool.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Kill Team box set.
Nah.
The Kroot versus, or not the Kroot, the Necrons versus the Infiltrators.
Why do they always they always have fights versus the people that you don't want fighting?
So they can release the same models again.
And again and again.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, they got Xera's talking shit now. Which also, why did everybody juice themselves up like Xera's? I feel like he definitely unfair PED'd it up. It's like all these like super tiny Necron warriors and different guys, like, you know, overlords and technomancers, and then Xera's is just this hulking monstrosity. He's basically a tank. You're like, hey, why didn't we put our consciousness in that? When we saw Kurt Claus actually messaged me last week, but I haven't seen Thumbs in a hot minute.
Yeah, before COVID, I haven't seen him. How's he doing?
He's rocking it out. Kurt's doing well.
Good.
Making that big New York City money. City boy mojo.
I didn't realize he lived in New York City.
He is.
Is he a street performer? Like, does he just impress everybody with how long his thumbs are?
He's just I am totally messaging him that today and going, yeah, people just figured that you were a street performer.
I could see him making a lot of money doing that.
Just rocking the thumb show. That's what I want to see. The thumb show with Kurt Claus. Oh. He's definitely in a New York state of mind. Are we going to do the Jay-Z version or the Billy Joel version?
The Billy Joel version. All right. You dry. Let's cut some more stuff off.
So can we see some of the finished Kroot conversion projects? I don't know why I said that so slow, or it took me so long.
It was very deliberate. All right. Yeah, give me a second.
Exactly. I'd sing it for you. When you get caught between the moon and New York City. Hell yeah. I have that album. I have both of those albums too. And when I say album, I have the actual album. The CDs are around here somewhere. That was one of my sad. I got judged by thieves once. Did I ever tell you about that one? I don't even know if Brandon's here still.
No, I had to walk away.
So I got my car broken into one time. And this is, of course, back in the day when you had your book of CDs in your car for your CD player. And my car got broke into, and the guy stole about half of my CDs. So he literally judged my music and only took parts of them.
Let's see. Autofocus. There you go. So yeah, this camera sucks.
What's up with Red Man?
I'm glad you could tell the color. So we got a Kroot crisis suit. So this is one of the older model crisis suits, one of the first ones that came out. Cut out the front, had a recessed pilot area for the pilot to sit at, and he's just piloting it like they do in the Matrix.
The Matrix style, without anything to stop people from shooting you in your back.
They just believe in themselves.
You just got to believe you can dodge.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're ready, you won't have to.
I need to get a better camera for this, but yeah. So, and then we have a Cold Star Commander it's the same thing.
But he's Kroot.
He's Kroot.
Kroot party.
So I'm pretty excited about how Tau are going to be playing. I'm excited to see what the FAQ says for them, because there's a couple things they can fix and change that would make them way more enjoyable to play. Hopefully with a 10 to 15% price cut as well. And I think they'll start being a top tier list. Like, they could definitely do some damage to some of the best lists in the game right now.
100%. Well, they're really, really good into certain things. They just have an issue with they're basically their tank pop, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's an issue of how many fives can you roll?
Yeah.
And with almost every single one of their guns.
Yeah. I was to say everything except for like the big things, and those have so few shots.
Like, when you're looking at what is Tau anti-tank options? So you have a unit of broadsides. Well, that's rocking in at 330 points for 6 railgun shots, and then you have 3 seeker missiles too.
Boo.
Which, they're slow. You can just outmaneuver them, so they never have line of sight because they only move 5 inches, and they can't go through walls, so they're just kind of slow. And with the quantity of obscuring line of sight terrain, you're just not going to see them really doing anything, in my opinion.
True story.
Like, what do they do against Eldar? Absolutely nothing.
I mean, ask them politely to not fire and fade, and Phantasm, and also the Shadow Specters to also not fire and fade. It is kind of crazy that you can move 3, 4, probably 5 units a turn that can shoot and not be seen. You know, I'm
That
thinking
seems pretty good.
I think that might be a problem moving on.
Well, I'm hoping that crisis suits crisis suits have, the jump, but it's 2 command points. That's insane, especially when Eldar could get it for free.
No, Eldar gets it for 2 CP also. It's just that they have a 1 CP strat in your turn, and they have several units that can do it for free. Look, man, know your place. You're a new race in the galaxy. You're the young guys. You're the young bucks trying to make your way. You're going to have to go to the school of hard knocks.
We both know what it is. All the playtesters love Eldar. That is the long and short of this conversation.
I mean, wait, like you're the 4. So
I think there's 8. There's a whole lot of love for Eldar.
a whole lot of love. Bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Yeah, I don't know why they jacked up Fly, to be honest. Fly got super, super powerful in 8th, and then they nerfed it down a bit in 9th, because you couldn't just fall back and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was fine. The problem is like, we have the anti-fly keyword on a decent amount of shit. But Fly, if you're not infantry, just kind of sucks right now, to be honest with you. Because you're not flying over walls. I mean, I guess it's... the problem is like, I was just about to say it's cool because you can still jump over other models. But like, when the hell am I just charging with my flying vehicle?
I mean, with Farsight, I'm charging all the time.
With Farsight.
I mean, the dude tank shocks and it can do, 5-6 mortal wounds potentially.
I do love that strat. I should... Tank shock's just buck wild. I do like it also when you use like Freedom Hand or some shit, or the Chaos guy with the Strength 24 Knight. You're like, hold on, I need to get a Yahtzee cup of dice to see if I can do some mortals here.
I think if you're just using that strat, you just make the general assumption that, hey, maybe you don't need to roll 26 dice. I'll just give it to you. You can take your 6 mortals.
Nope, I need to roll my dice. I need the Yahtzee cup, you damn it.
You can do that with a Gatling gun.
As we're writing down, because I have to do another video at 2, so
you're doing the orcs versus
part 2. We're talking deal with it part 2 because technical difficulties.
Are these technical difficulties or are these Brad difficulties?
I mean, both.
I feel like this is par for the course, completely normal.
I didn't say they weren't par for the course. I just stated what they are. If you're like, hey, Brad's not tall, you are stating a fact. So nothing changes there. The big thing is that where can people reach you? Where can people go to make them an awesome display board? Convert their army into Kroot.
You can check out Stillfrosty Gaming on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for that matter, where I've been posting up videos about battle reports and just conversion projects and pictures about things I'm working on. This week, I'm trying to knock out these Tetras and get them primed so they're ready to go for this weekend. But I'm also working on some terrain where one of our local event organizers has a set of MDF terrain that he likes to use for all his tournaments, and now I'm upscaling it. So I have pictures of that and videos of that coming along too.
Ooh.
I'm hoping to be able to use that tomorrow when I play against Mr. Sean Rice when he's using his Ultramarines versus some Eloise's Eldar.
Eloise's Eldar. The EE.
Mm-hmm.
I like what's going on here. I heard he was patient zero in old time disease. That's hurtful talk, guys. It's hurtful talk. All right, kids. Give us a Queen's Wave into the computer, and I will be back in like 5 minutes here.
I'll give you a break, but I'm disappointed we did not talk about Cocaine Cougar.
I love that Pajama literally shows up as I'm about to end the stream on a door. He's also on a private beach somewhere because apparently Pajamas is just living a better life than us. It's rough. That guy's killing it. Killing it.
Well, he gets to enjoy himself. That's awesome.
Good times. You know what? It's your fault we didn't talk about
my fault.
Cocaine Shark or whatever it is.
All right. Go jump on your next video. So are you recording it live or are you doing it?
Recording it live.
All right. I'm going to just go in the comments and go off on Cocaine Shark and Cocaine Cougar and Cocaine Bear. The Cocaine Trilogy that came out in 2023.
I didn't know that there was 3. When did they make Cocaine Shark? You told me about a Cocaine Cougar.
So Cocaine Bear came out in February. And then the B tier movies companies who made like Sharknado and Sharktopus, they started making other cocaine variant movies where they have a budget of like $5 in a Slim Jim, and they tried to do an entire movie based on that.
And they actually have an animal on cocaine. They're like,
It
look,
is-
we don't have the special effects for this. Just get us a cougar and some cocaine.
No, it's not even a real cougar. It's like
Tell me
Have you
it's
ever
like
seen- have you ever
like
seen-
a terrible puppet.
it's well, one of them, the cocaine shark, is a terrible puppet. It's like one of those rubber latex sharks that you could get at the toy store. And cocaine cougar looks like the graphics from 1997 Beast Wars.
You know what? We're showcasing this next week. So get me some links. All right. I'll see everybody in just a few. And we will be talking about apparently cocaine shark and cocaine cougar. And
Will do.
that, I'm out.